welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial will actually be on my current foundation routine. I've been wanting to bring this up to my channel for a while now. I never really get a chance to go too in-depth on my current foundation routine, the products I've been loving, my techniques, and what's been working for me. So I figured this would be a perfect video to do a talk through. So I get a little bit more time to chat with you guys and update you guys on a few things. So if you guys are interested in my current foundation routine, then just keep watching. So the first thing I want to talk about, which I don't really see a whole lot on other people's foundation routines, is skincare. And I'm not going to go too in depth, but I really want to mention this product because I feel like it makes a huge difference in my foundation routine. So I'm going to mention this bad boy. This is the Clarisonic the Clarisonic Plus. So I got mine about 2 years ago. My boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. And I am not kidding, guys. This is a game changer. If you struggle with dry skin or even oily skin, acne prone skin, this is the best investment you can possibly make. This brush head is just the Radiance one, so I like this one for my drier skin. It's not too abrasive on my skin, but it does remove any dead skin cells I have. Before I started using this, I noticed that my foundation, it just didn't lay right on my skin. I get a lot of dead skin on my nose and my chin. Those are my two problem areas. So when I use the Clarisonic, I just feel like it removes all of that nasty dead skin. And when I go in with my foundation, it just looks so much more flawless and you can't see it collected in those areas like I used to. So I wanted to give the Clarisonic a shout out before I move on to my foundation because I have already used this prior to putting my foundation on right now. And I have already moisturized. I'm using the Josie Maran moisturizer. This is the Argan Infinity Intensive Creamy Oil. I've been using this for quite a while. This is actually my second bottle. So I have currently been using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I'm in the shade 153. I have been using this foundation for quite a while. At the moment, this is my favorite foundation. I have a ton of other foundations, but I just feel like this one has been my ride or die. I love the finish it gives. I love that it's a cream. I'm all for creams, being that I have more drier skin. Like anybody's skin type can use this as long as you prep your skin correctly and you use the right primer. And if you're more on the oily side, you can still use it. Just make sure you do use a good primer and a setting powder at the very end. So I always start by applying it in kind of like streak motions. Sometimes I get a little crazy with it, but my favorite way of applying this foundation is with a damp beauty blender. So I'm just going to stipple that onto my skin. I really like the finish this gives off. It's like a dewy finish, but not oily looking, if that makes sense. And the coverage that this gives off is amazing. It's more of a full coverage foundation, which I really like. This is probably the second time I do a talk through tutorial, just because I feel kind of weird still. I still am a little uncomfortable with talking to a camera, but now that I get to interact with you guys more, I feel like I actually have an audience to kind of talk to and answer your guys' questions, which is really cool. I mentioned to you guys in my previous video that I was interested in doing a Q&A video. I really want to do that just so that we can get to know each other. You guys can get to know me and a little bit about me. So if you guys are still interested in that, please comment below and let me know. That would be awesome. By the way, I didn't get a chance to mention, my hair is different. This is actually my real hair. I didn't get a chance to talk about my last hair, which I still have. It's actually a wig. I've been currently obsessing over it. If you guys are interested in knowing more info, like where I bought it and stuff, or a review, definitely let me know as well. I would be more than happy to talk about that unit because it's so fun and I love being able to switch it up. Because sometimes with black hair it just gets old. Okay, so I'm pretty comfortable with the coverage this gave me. I'm going to now move on to concealer. I've talked about these concealers on my channel before. I used to use the creamy beige concealer. Since I have a very yellow undertone and slightly dark under my eyes as well, I like to use the Yellow Corrector as my kind of concealer. I really love these concealers. I've talked about them previously, and how I apply these is directly onto my eyes. kind of dot it on. This concealer can tend to be a little bit more on the creamy, thicker side. I tend to have a little bit more darkness like on my chin area, and a lot of people can't really tell on camera, but I really notice it a lot in person. Sometimes with my foundation in general, I feel like I have to use a little bit more of a terracotta, more orange tone so that I can kind of conceal and correct any darkness. So I feel like the yellow actually helps with my particular skin tone. So with the bottom of my beauty blender, I'm just going to stipple this on. I mentioned also before that I don't love these concealers when I apply them on with a brush, but when I apply them on with a sponge, I really, really like them. It just gives off the amazing coverage, and I love the finish. It's not cakey whatsoever. When I tried applying it with a brush, it was just a little too heavy for me. It was real cake face going on. I mean, look how bright that already looks. I really, really like this product, and I think they're like $3. LA Girl has just really stepped their game up, and I really, really love these. I actually use these on my clients as well. Alrighty, so that is completely set. What I will do right now is I will show you guys my mixture that I've created. This stuff is bomb.com too. I've tried so many setting powders. What's worked the best for me has definitely been the Mercier powder, the translucent powder, which you guys have seen a lot on my channel, and also the banana powder from Nye. A lot of people either talk very well of this product or bad. I have nothing but good things to say about this product. It works amazingly and it sets my concealer so nicely. I will say that when I use a yellow based concealer like I did today, I'm not going to use a whole lot of the banana powder because I don't want it to look too yellow. I'll focus more of the Mercier and kind of mix these together to make my own concoction of a setting powder. Then I will take my beauty blender, dip right into that, and I will set my under eyes. Another thing I really like setting with my damp beauty blender, it makes a huge difference and I don't have any creasing happening throughout the day. So that's just another little tip I want to give you guys. I do my chin really lightly. I just, whatever's left after I've kind of set my area, I've just kind of pounced it on the rest of my skin because I do want to set that. I'm not a big fan of color like coverage powder. I mean, I'm okay with it, but I prefer a translucent powder. I am going to be using the E.L.F contour and blush, contouring blush and bronzing powder. So this is an oldie but a goodie. I go way back. This is one of my first contouring palettes. It is a little bit more on the warmer side. It has a tiny bit more of a red undertone to it, which I like. I'm going to take that and just bronze my skin up. A little bit on my temples. And I go hard with this, guys. I don't play. My contour has to be very dramatic. I have a more rounder face, so I feel like if I don't contour, I just look so circular. So I went ahead and bronzed the rest of my face. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this powder off. I'm gonna use my Sigma tapered F86 brush. Now what I do is I like to tap this into my skin first and then kind of dust off. I used to just go in and like dust it all off. Little tip here. If you go in and dust it off right away like that, it tends to kind of leave a streak. So I like to pat it and then kind of dust off. And you don't get that streakiness. I used to have my dimples pierced. I don't know if you guys can tell. So whenever I do this step, it tends to align like right to where my little dimple used to be, or where my piercing used to be. I just find that so hilarious. Connect the dots. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. So I'm gonna take a blush. This one is my Milani Blossom Time Rose Powder Blush. And this is like a peachy rosy tone. And I'm going to pop that right on the back towards my hairline, kind of brushing it. Notice I don't go on the apples of my cheeks. Again, I have a rounder face, so I don't like to really focus that on there. I feel like if you really do the blush on the apples of the cheeks, it tends to give a little bit more of a rounder effect, and I don't want that. So I like to focus my blush in the back here. I'm gonna go ahead and dust off the powder. Remember to pat it first and then sweep. Light though, I'm actually all out of Fix Plus, unfortunately. Instead, I'll be using my Nye Final Seal Setting Spray. This stuff is amazing. It's a matte setting spray. I know I'm more of a dewy person, I have drier skin, but if you prep your skin right and moisturize, you can use as much matte products as you want on your skin. So I really like this stuff because it's waterproof. I use this on all of my brides, anybody that has very oily skin. I love using this product, so I'm just going to do a few sprays. Funny thing is, every single time I spray it on my clients, I always tell them, just so you know, it's not mouthwash, because it smells exactly like mouthwash, like that minty smell to it. So if you get it, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take my Morphe M310 brush, and I've also talked about this on my channel. I always go back to it. I've already hit pan on mine. This is the Mali highlighter in the shade Purelight Highlight. I'm going to take that on my fan brush. I don't even have to say anything. You guys can see that glow is real. Once again, I'm a fan of my highlight being seen a mile away. If you're not, you'll probably be a big fan of like the Hourglass Ambient Light powders. Those are really pretty. I use those on my brides all the time. And the Cupid's bow. A little fun fact about me, just to throw it out there because I'm rambling now. I am a makeup artist. I've been doing makeup for about 3 years on others. And I previously worked at Sephora. I was actually an educator there. So when I first started my channel, I was skeptical on talk through videos. And I'm like, you know what? I got this. I love education. I love everything that has to do with education. So I'm like, you know what? I can kind of translate that into my channel and kind of teach you guys new tips and new tricks and the knowledge that I've gained throughout the years. So that's what kind of gave me the boost of confidence to be able to do talk through videos and just do videos in general for YouTube, because it was very nerve-wracking. I was like, am I gonna feel awkward? Am I gonna feel weird? So that's a little fun fact about me, which I can go over more in another video. If you guys have any questions regarding that, leave it down below. But this is the final look, guys. I'm gonna apply my lip color real quick and finish my eyeliner, and I will be right back. So this is the final look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed my current foundation routine. I hope this was helpful to some of you guys. If you enjoyed these type of talk through videos, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite products are that you're using for your current foundation routine. Like maybe your favorite foundation. I'm always on the lookout for great foundations. So leave your favorite foundation down below, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial.